Shalom, this is the Ger in every Parsha. I realize I'm running a little bit late. I'm going to try and catch up this week, so I have 4 of these to do. This is the first one. This is on Trumah, which it was actually 2 weeks ago. Basically, it starts out on the Pasuk Vayichehu li Trumah, that they let them take for me a portion. The Midrash Rabbah here states, quotes a verse from Mishle, and it says, the Pasuk in 22:1, that a good name is preferred over wealth, and a goodly favor over silver and gold. And then it talks about Moshe, and then it talks about Pinchas, and this is what I wanted to talk about because this is what's shaykh to the ger. It says, another interpretation of the verse in Proverbs is, the good name of Pinchas is preferred over the wealth of Zimri. Zimri was actually the Nasi of Reuven, and he was killed by Pinchas, and we're going to hear the story right now. It's going to bring the story. He was the leader of the tribe of Shimon, not Reuven. Now, what did Zimri do? Concerning him, Shlomo said in Proverbs, a wicked person shows his audacity on his face, for the wicked person of this verse is an allusion to Zimri. That is Proverbs 21:29. And that verse continues, but the upright one understands his way. And this is an allusion to Pinchas. And what was the audacity of Zimri described by Shlomo? That when Cosby, the daughter of a Midianite dignitary, came to the Israelite camp, he sought to take her for promiscuous purposes. She said to him, I will not submit to you for cohabitation, for my father has commanded me not to submit to anyone except for Moshe. Zimri responded to her, but I am even greater than Moshe, for he is a member of the 3rd tribe, Levi, whereas I am a member of the 2nd tribe, Shimon. And do you want to know for a fact that I am greater than Moshe? I will prove it to you, for I will take you as a partner right in front of him, and he will be powerless to stop me. Okay, so one thing I wanted to point out is, listen to what he says. It's something very petty. He says, I'm from Shimon, I'm from the 2nd tribe, and he's from Levi, he's from the 3rd tribe. So what he's saying is that my ancestor, Levi, which is the tribe that I am associated with, was born before, my ancestor Shimon, who I'm associated with, was born before your ancestor Levi, who you're associated with. So therefore, I'm superior to you because I was born before you, which is an idiotic claim if you think about it. Okay? But I just want you to see how ludicrous this is. So he goes even farther and he says, he says he's going to take her right in front of Moshe, and he's not going to be able to do anything about it. And thus it is stated, behold, a man of the children of Israel came and brought a Midianite woman near to his brothers in the sight of Moses. Zimri's audacity was in that when he came before Moshe, he was hurling offensive words against him. Zimri said to him, Moshe, is this woman forbidden or permitted? And Moshe responded to him, she is forbidden to you. Zimri then mockingly said to him, is it you, the trusted one of the Torah, the one in whom the Holy One, blessed is he, takes pride and says, not so is my servant Moses, in my entire house he is the trusted one, who are saying that this woman is forbidden to me? If this is so, your wife Tzipporah, whom you took for yourself, should also be forbidden to you. For this one Cosby is a Midianite, and that one Tzipporah is a Midianite as well. And moreover, this one Cosby is a daughter of a head of a family units, while your wife is the daughter of an idolatrous priest. Okay? Now, Art Scroll has an interesting note, and it says over here in the footnote, it says, there was of course no comparison between the two cases, for Moses married Tzipporah before the giving of the Torah at Sinai. Moreover, when the revelation at Sinai took place, all those present native Israelites, such as Moses, as well as foreigners such as Tzipporah, underwent conversion to the Israelite faith. Cosby, on the other hand, was not a convert to Judaism. But it's interesting to note that if Yitro came after the giving of the Torah, then that means that Tzipporah also missed out on the occasion of Matan Torah, and therefore would not have went through the conversion process with the rest of the Jews, and would have had to go through conversion after the fact, just like Moshe's children. If she came before with Yitro, then it is a non-issue, but also the implication of that is that Yitro wouldn't have really been necessarily a convert. He would have been just like all the rest of the Jews, so would have Tzipporah, as this footnote is saying. So we have to realize what the implications are here. Now, so he says, and notice what he's doing here. So he's railing on Moshe's wife for being the daughter of an idolatrous priest. This is the meaning of, he brought a Midianite woman near to his brothers in the sight of Moses. So this is why we can see why he brought her specifically before Moshe to make this claim. So Solomon cried out regarding this incident, "A wicked person shows his audacity on his face, but the upright one understands his way." The Proverbs passage continues, "There is neither wisdom nor understanding nor counsel against Hashem. The horse is readied for the day of battle, but salvation is Hashem's." The Midrash explains how this too relates to the incident of Zimri and Pinchas. When the people who were present at this encounter saw this audacity of Zimri in front of Moshe, they wept at it, as it is stated, "Behold, a man came and brought a Midianite woman in the sight of Moses, and in the sight of the entire assembly of the children of Israel, and they were weeping at the entrance of the tent of meeting." The Holy One, blessed is he, thereupon said to Moshe, "Moshe, you are weeping? Now where is your great wisdom, by which you merely said a word and thereby caused Korach to be swallowed by the ground? And now you stand by and weep?" Regarding this, the divine spirit cries out, "Bereft of reason were the stout-hearted, they slept, their sleep." Moses responded to him, "There is neither wisdom nor understanding nor counsel against Hashem." And the Holy One, blessed is he, then said, "I know who is prepared for this matter." Now what is written in Proverbs after this verse? "The horse is ready for the day of battle, but salvation is Hashem's." Rav Yossi said, this verse means that Pinchas expounded regarding himself as follows: "Now if a horse devotes himself entirely to his master on the day of battle, for even if it means he will surely die, he will devote himself entirely to his master. Then I, who am standing up for the sanctity of the name of the Holy One, blessed is he, must all the more so be willing to devote myself to him, even at risk of my life." The Midrash details Pinchas proceeded after concluding that he must act to end the desecration of God's name. So it goes on to describe what he did, and I'm not going to get into that. Just going to end with this and say, basically, you see, this is a story about converts. Why? Because Tzipporah was a convert, and also Pinchas's mother was a convert. Pinchas actually means, it's a Egyptian name that means bronze-skinned. And Pinchas's mother was a Midianite, and Midian came from Hagar, who was an Egyptian, and Avraham. So they were dark-skinned peoples, and we see this when Rashi brings down the fact that Tzipporah is called a Cushi, and he explains that refers to being black, and also Rav Bachaya says that the pshat on that is that she was black. So there was a hatred, a natural hatred towards foreigners, and it's something that I think is ingrained in all peoples, and we see it naturally in all peoples, and it's something that has to be fought against, and it's something that God wanted to address. So the Jews, after Pinchas did what he did, began to rail on him and say that he was the son of Yitro, who fatted calves for idolatry, and that's why God had to give his genealogy that he was actually the son of Aaron, and he was given the priesthood. So this whole story is a lesson on how to treat foreigners and how not to treat foreigners, and the price that's paid by Israel's indifference and hatred towards foreigners. I believe there was 24,000 that dropped dead like flies from the plague, and Pinchas, even though the Jews were railing on him because he didn't have a good enough genealogy in their eyes, prayed for them and saved them. So we can learn from this. We can learn many things from this, but one of the things we learn is the greatness of the ger. Thanks for listening. It's been the ger in every parsha, Parshas Trumah. Next, Tetzaveh.